Imagine this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, drinking your coffee, and your phone dings. You just made your first Etsy sale. Now, imagine that happening 10 times a day and then 20 times a day. Welcome to the world of Etsy entrepreneurship. How do you get there from 0 sales? I'm going to walk you through every single step that you need to start selling on Etsy in 2026. I'm going to break down the biggest mistakes that I see beginners make when they open a new shop, and then I'll give you a step-by-step walkthrough of setting up your account, your listings, and your shop branding. And finally, I'll teach you how to get your first 50 sales with real strategies that work in 2026. Our community of Etsy sellers is over 500,000 between all of our platforms. And my coaching company has helped thousands of Etsy sellers go from 0 to $5,000 or $10,000 a month using these exact same systems. And today I'm pulling back the curtain. Let's start with part number 1, and this is getting clear on your Etsy strategy. Now, I want to start by saying that most beginner Etsy sellers go to YouTube and they search up how to start an Etsy shop. Some people say niche down, some people say don't niche down, some people say do your titles like this. How are you supposed to see results if all the advice is conflicting with each other? Instead, I highly recommend finding one person and following their holistic, cohesive strategies, because a strategy is not a tip or a trick. A strategy is a series of steps that are all in the right order, and they're all in the right order for a specific reason. And timing is everything when it comes to strategy: when to start doing something, how long to do it for, when to stop doing it, when to move into the next step. Find one person who makes sense to you, and I would follow their strategies consistently, whether it's myself or someone else. So let's start with the number one mistake that I see new Etsy sellers make, and this is they start their shop before they know who their customer is. So step 1 is to choose a customer, not a product. Customer first, product second. We always want to put the customer first. Riches are not in the niches. So we're not picking a niche or a niche. Riches are in specific customers who have consistent spending habits. We want to focus on customers with discretionary income. Basically, the people who have spending money. Think about the moms who are spending hundreds of dollars on Viore and Aloe and Lululemon. Think about who spends $600 on their nursery bedding for their new baby. Think about the person who will spend $300 on their Thanksgiving table centerpiece, or the person who will go to Nordstrom and buy a t-shirt for $75. That is who we want to sell to. So we are choosing customers because a niche does not guarantee there's a profitable customer behind that niche. And we can use Pinterest to really define that aesthetic and that vibe that matches that customer. Step number 2 is to choose your product category. Notice we're doing all of this before we open the shop, because as soon as you open the shop, you want to publish a listing and get that boost from Etsy's algorithm. This could be digital, could be handmade, could be print on demand, supplies, vintage, the hand-picked category. There's so much within the sourced category. And I recommend assessing your strengths and your lifestyle and how you want to spend your time when you're working on your shop. Pick a category or 2 that you can fulfill sustainably. And don't necessarily limit yourself to one specific category too early. Instead, consider combining product categories around a consistent aesthetic. So you could do some print on demand, some digital, some hand-picked. You could do some handmade, some sourced, some print on demand. If you're great with Canva and you're really great with design, maybe print on demand and digital would be a good idea. If you don't know how to work a computer, maybe starting with handmade or hand-picked or sourced would be a better idea. And then once you've chosen your category, you're literally going to create 1 to 2 listings just to get started. I just interviewed a very successful 8-figure business owner. Her name is Kat Norton, and she runs Miss Excel. She said the thing that made her so successful was focusing on taking messy action, and I could not agree with that more. Just get those first couple listings up, and then we'll iterate from there. Part 2 is actually setting up your Etsy shop. So now that you know your customer and you have a couple products ready to go, let me walk you through the shop setup process. Step 1, you are going to register your Etsy shop. So you'll go to Etsy.com and you'll scroll down and you'll click Sell on Etsy, and then you'll click on Get Started. And this is when you will create a shop. Okay, At this point, you're going to click your shop preferences. So your language, your country, so where you live, and your shop currency. And then you're going to go to name your shop. Now, when you name your shop, don't stress because you can change this later. So don't put too much time into it. You will go ahead and continue and start entering how you want to be paid. So you'll put in your location. If you are an individual or a sole proprietorship, then you're going to be using your social security number. Or if you want to be an incorporated business, then you are most likely going to set up an LLC if you're based in the US. Now, I started my shop as a sole proprietorship because I had no idea it would become a significant business when I started. Feel free to open it as a sole proprietorship, and then you can always update it to an LLC. You can do that at any point. You don't have to have an LLC to sell on Etsy. It's not a requirement. And then you're filling out your country, your name, birth date, social security number, taxpayer address, phone number. Make sure this is all correct because if it is not, they won't let you open your shop. And then you're going to set up how you'll get paid. Now, I highly recommend when you're starting out, setting up daily payouts instead of waiting for weekly or monthly payouts. Say where your bank is located and you can connect it via Plaid. Now, this is totally secure. Don't stress about this, but heads up, it says your bank country, location of the bank cannot be changed. Keep that in mind. And then you'll click continue. You'll also share your billing info. So where you will be billed for those Etsy listing fees, the shop opening fee, and so forth. So that is the process of getting the shop open. So step number 2 is adding a listing to the shop. Now, ideally, this is one of those listings that you made before you opened the shop because I want to start with a fully optimized listing. I'm going to go to Etsy.com and this will actually fully create my optimized listings for me. Click connect my shop and my shop now is fully connected. Now I'm going to click add a new listing and let's pretend I don't want to spend all this time learning about SEO and long tail keywords. Now I'm simply going to upload a photo of my product. Let's pretend that it is this little trinket dish and then Etsy processed the image and it understands what it is. So it says it's a trinket dish featuring blue and green vertical stripes with gold trim. It knows what it's for. It's a catch-all for keys, coins, or other small items. It appeals to these type of shoppers who are looking for these types of things. Yes. Amazing. Perfect. It gets us. Is it a physical product to be shipped? Yes. Dimensions, I'm going to say 5 inches by 2 inches and 16 ounces. Is it made from anything specific? I'm going to say ceramic and protective glaze. We'll just say that. So it's asking me about the product because it's going to come up with a fully optimized listing. No other colors or personalization. Any keywords or selling points to emphasize? I would say all of those. And then it says, go ahead and generate your titles. So it gave me my title and the title is focused on customer-focused long-tail keywords. Ceramic trinket dish jewelry, jewelry holder square, square plate, blue, green, gold, bow, decorative ring tray organizer, bedroom, accessory, bathroom counter. So these are all long tail keywords that this totally represents and serves the purpose of. So then I'm going to generate my alt text, description, and tags. So you can see the alt text is here and I'll show you where that goes. The description is all in place and this is fully optimized with SEO and site merchandising and everything you need. And then it gives you your tags. So then what we're going to do is click save draft and just click confirm. So then your listing will show up in your drafts on Etsy. So our SEO is optimized. This is where we can add all the rest of our images. We want to use all 20 listing photos and add a video. When you're adding your photos, use bright, crisp, clean, lifestyle-oriented images. Always include mock-ups if it's print on demand. Avoid white backgrounds as much as possible. We want to use a variety of listing photos to increase the conversion rate. Some of these could be infographic, some could be close-ups of the product. I would highly recommend checking out Kittl. They are using Google's Nana Banana AI image creator. This is wild. Like, it's actually mind-blowing. You can take a photo on your phone, blank white background, remove the background, and have Kittl create these incredible incredible editorial magazine-like photos for you. And then you'll see the alt text is already in that photo. And then when you add additional photos, you can just copy the extra sets of alt text. You'll add alt text to at least 5 of your photos where it would make sense that they would be searched in Google Images. And then you'll see your description is all here. It's all optimized. Make adjustments to your price. You can update your quantity. And then if you want to add variations, you can add variations. Like maybe you want to add a variation. I love creating your own. Maybe it is production time, and one option could be ships in 24 hours. And then one option could be ships in 4 days. And then you'll click done. And then let's say we want our pricing to be changed based on that. And then we're gonna make sure that our category is what we wanted. I'm gonna put ring dish, see if anything else. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. Then you can, of course, add attributes and materials. And then your tags are all here. And you just want to assign the shipping profile that you want to have here. You can create a new shipping profile, which I always recommend using shipping profiles. And I would do something like custom range. We said 24 hours to 4 days. So I would go 1 to 4 days and apply that. And then you'll put in the item's weight and the size, which it already took the weight and the size for us. And then of course, attaching your return policy. We do no returns or exchanges, and I'm going to do automatic renewal, so it renews automatically. And then we will go ahead and save the draft or publish with all those changes. So that is how you can create your first listing without having to become an expert in SEO and site merchandising and all those things. The next step is to customize your shop. So this is where we're going to upload a banner and a logo, and if you use Canva or Kittl, it's super easy. Canva is free, and you can see on your home page, you click Edit Shop, and then this is where you can add a banner. And you can use a template in Canva to create a banner. If you have Etsy Plus, which I highly recommend, it is so worth it, then you can have a carousel or collage banner, or you could just do a big banner. I always recommend doing the biggest banner possible because this is your most valuable visual real estate, and it's just more ways for you to compete. Then you can upload the banner image, and then you'll add a logo here. You can always change these things. Edit your public profile so you have a photo of yourself there. That's ideal. And then we're going to go down and create your about section. So here you'll see that you can actually add videos and photos. I do recommend having these here. It just creates more of a brand story. So you can see I have photos of products, I have photos of family, and I have video showing my production. And then the about section, this is where you put your story, your brand story, how you came about. You can put lots of links here as well, links to social media or bestsellers. Create a really compelling about section. And then you'll see that there's areas for you to link all of your social media, which you definitely should be doing. Add your shop members, so anyone who's involved in creating, it will make you look like a more serious, robust business. And then your policies, and your policies are pretty standard here. And then there's an area for frequently asked questions. I would recommend starting simple with a no return policy because we don't want to attract that Amazon Prime customer who uses the product and then returns it. And you can always add more policies as you go. Every customer situation will likely turn into a policy in your shop. Now let's talk about the next part, which is getting your first 50 sales. The most important thing I can tell you is in your first 50 sales, do not be so focused on profit. The goal in getting your first orders should just be to get that number 50 under your shop name. Keep in mind, if you have no social proof, if you have no reviews, no customers, you have to be extra convincing and compelling in your listings. And leverage social media to get some of these initial sales. Facebook is one of my favorite places to help sellers get their initial sales. And lastly, do not sit and wait. Keep iterating, keep evolving. If you end up with dead weight in your shop or listings that no one wants, even after they're optimized, then maybe it's a sign that there's not product market fit. So don't be afraid to disable those listings and move forward with new listings that are more aligned with what your customers are responding to. And if you follow this playbook, you won't just open your Etsy shop, but you could be on track to actually making significant income. And the best part is that you can rinse and repeat this process every time you launch a new product. And with a little guidance and with leveraging tools like Etsy or Kittl, you can really streamline and speed up this process. Now, if you're at the point where you've gotten your shop open and you're not seeing the momentum you're looking for, I would love to invite you to my next free workshop. I do free classes where I give you clear tactical action steps that you can implement in your shop to really get things moving. And we'll put the QR code up on the screen. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next video.